Breaking news in Northern Virginia tonight. The man who shot a YouTube personality at Dulles Town Center last spring has been acquitted of the most serious charge against him.
Tanner Cook survived a single gunshot wound.
So let's talk about this crazy case where a YouTube prank went horribly wrong. Okay, everybody, let's get into this story. So this delivery driver, Alan Cole, who was doing his job picking some food at the mall to deliver it to someone. And he encountered this YouTuber classified goons. And it is known for its crazy pranks. It essentially tries to scare people, and that's how he makes his money. Now, this all occurred about 45 minutes outside of DC on April 2nd. Tanner approached Alan, who was picking up a food order, and he started looming over him and playing something on his phone. Alan repeatedly told him to stop and attempted to walk away. He attempted to retreat, but Tanner continued to try to confront Alan. Now, it escalated when Alan says he felt threatened and then shot Tanner. Here is that video. We're not going to show the actual shooting, but we'll show all the events up to it.
What?
Quit thinking about my twinkle.
What's that?
Quit thinking about my twinkle.
No.
Quit thinking about my
Get
twinkle.
out of my business like half cent. Stop.
Quit thinking about my twinkle.
Stop.
Now, Tanner was shot and hospitalized by Alan. Now, when that gunshot went off, obviously panic went throughout the mall. Shoppers feared that this was a potential mass shooting. Police responded, and this is the video of police responding and arresting Alan.
And this is video of police making the arrest. You can see the suspect on the ground as police move in and find a gun on the ground.
So after Alan was arrested, he remained in custody since April, and he pleaded not guilty, claiming that he acted in self-defense. So the prosecutor charged Alan with 3 crimes: discharging a firearm in a building, aggravated malicious wounding, and use of a firearm in the commission of a felony. Now, an interesting twist of fate, when people found out what actually happened in this story, that Tanner Cook was trying to prank Alan, the tables turned online. So people started giving Tanner and his family a little online justice by essentially harassing them, saying that it was actually good that he got shot because of what he generally does to other people. Check it out.
Tanner even became a punchline on Saturday Night Live.
Man who pranks people for YouTube videos was shot while tricking someone in a mall. Good.
But Jeremy Cook says the responses to his son's story are no laughing matter.
It's unfortunate. I'm getting all kinds of messages from people around the country saying that my son got what he deserved, and matter of fact, I feel like he should have died.
So after seeing all the evidence and essentially looking at Tanner's YouTube channel where he is aggressively pranking people, took the jury about 5 hours to acquit Alan of the most serious charges, but finding him guilty of the charge of discharging a firearm within a building. Now, it's obvious. It appears Cook's intentions was to primarily provoke and record the reactions of his victims. He was prioritizing views and revenue over the discomfort and fear of others. Cook earns about $2,000 to $3,000 a month, despite the obvious harm or distress his pranks cause to unsuspecting people. Now, this case came down to a simple choice. Was it reasonable for someone to be afraid of Tanner Cook in this position? Now, remember, Tanner Cook is 6'5". He towers over Alan. And Cook's intentions was to place Alan in fear of bodily harm. Alan asked him multiple times to stop and even retreated from Tanner, but Tanner kept coming. Alan's defense team said he was in fear, and that fear caused him to react the way he did. But prosecutors countered that, and they argued that it's not reasonable to shoot someone who's putting a phone in your face. But jurors agreed with the defense. They say Tanner's objective was to put Alan in fear, and Tanner essentially got what he asked for. Now, with the acquittal on grounds of self-defense, this case potentially can set a precedent about the future of these pranks and how they can escalate to violence. See, it brings forth the questions of what are the limitations of both self-defense and what are some legal ramifications for these pranks. This could lead to stricter regulations on this type of content and a reevaluation of what actually constituted threat. Now, Alan was found guilty of discharging a firearm within a building, but legal scholars are now split on whether this guilty verdict is going to stay, because it seems to be in conflict with the jury's not guilty finding that Allen was employing self-defense. See, one side is saying that if he's justified in shooting Tanner based on self-defense, then how can he be guilty of discharging a firearm? Because the only way you could shoot Tanner was by, quote unquote, discharging the firearm. Now, some others say that the verdict isn't in conflict because the jury could find that Allen was justified in defending himself, but discharging the firearm was not justified. For instance, Allen could have shown Tanner the gun, which may have accomplished Allen's goals of stopping Tanner. Now, Tanner, who is fully recovered, has now given an interview about what has happened and the not guilty verdict. Check it out.
But, you know, we're going to continue the videos and keep it pushing, is what it is.
And regardless of the outcome, you know, the jury's the jury, and we totally respect how our law plays out, and this was the outcome today, and we respect that.
Yeah, Tanner,
yeah.
Let's go. How disappointed are you about this?
I really don't care. I mean, it is what it is. It's God's plan at the end of the day, so.
Tanner, any message for Allen Coley? My last question to you.
No message. Just try to find Jesus, though. I can't say that.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Now, I want to be clear. If someone puts a phone in your face, don't shoot them, people. But this guy, Tanner Cook, is a menace. And sometimes these pranks do go too far, like accusing people of stealing and all this other stuff. You just don't know how some people are going to react to these pranks. I'm going to show you some of his pranks that he has on his channel to show you kind of how distasteful and how upsetting some of them can be.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You have my car.
This man is a notorious prankster.
Ready to get him? Let's get him.
21-year-old Tanner Cook's YouTube page is called Classified Goons.
Welcome back to another video.
He pranks total strangers.
I got someone who needs to be escorted out.
I need to leave?
Yes.
Sneaking up on unsuspecting people. In this prank, he wears a fake security uniform and falsely accuses shoppers of stealing.
Yeah, I've got a gentleman and a woman here trying to steal a pet.
He acts like he's getting sick in the back of an Uber and is about to throw up on an Uber driver.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna puke.
Let's go outside.
Now, his pranks have even gone far enough to get him arrested by police. Check this out from his YouTube channel.
So yes, I do.
Okay, you know what? You're detained. I'm not sure what's going on here, sir, but we're going to figure this out.
Okay. Could it have been you that stole my bag?
You're not getting on this elevator. Back off.
Who is that guy? That guy's weird. He keeps following me.
Who's the guy that was with you?
I don't know. He just keeps following me with the camera.
Schneider Frankel, knock it off, or you're gonna go to jail.
Okay, let's just keep it real. Tanner Cook is a clown, and he tries to push people's button, intimidate people, and harass them for clicks and views. And unfortunately, that harassment, fear, and intimidation led to him being injured. And I do think that technically, as a legal professional, yes, Cole, the person who shot Tanner, should have been convicted. But as a human being who lives in the real world, I understand why that jury said, no, we're going to find him not guilty. Especially looking at that video, especially looking at how he tried to retreat. He tried to run away. He tried to get away from Tanner, and Tanner continued to press. At one point in time, do we say Cole was being reasonable? He did everything we would tell someone else to do. And I would say this. You look at the totality of the circumstances. Cole is 6'5". This is not some small guy. There are two people in that original video, right? Two people who are pressing him. And the guy is saying stop. The guy is doing everything possible to avoid and de-escalate the situation. And Tanner, wanting to get his click, wanting to get his view, wanting to get this on camera, he found out that not everyone is going to play the game you want them to play. And at the end of the day, I agree with the jury's verdict. I think that, to be honest with you, I think they should have all been not guilty, and it should be lessons for both. Now, do I think this was an overreaction, shooting someone who has a phone in your face? Yes. Yes, I do. But now, as I think with the jury, they see that the person, right, the person who was shot in the situation, Tanner Cook, not only provoked it, this is what he wanted. He wanted to place Cole in fear. And now he got the reaction he didn't want. So I think the jury's just saying, well, you know what? When you provoke it, then whatever comes out of that, you deserve it. And you're lucky you weren't killed, but this guy was right because you did put him in fear like you wanted to do. Let me know in the comment section, do you think Cole should have been convicted? Do you think he should have been not guilty? Reasonable minds can disagree. My name is Nate the Lawyer, and I'll see you next time. Peace.